former Ole Miss player and Ole Miss head coach that was on Kirby Smart's staff at Georgia for the last 2 years as the offensive line coach, was stepping down from his position of offensive line coach. And, of course, guys, the immediate question was, oh, why? What's he doing? I don't know if y'all have talked to anybody. I have not talked specifically to Matt or anyone in his family, but I've talked to, friend of the family, and just kind of thought he's tired of the grind. And so he's taking a break and stepping away. And pretty good gig, right? I mean, obviously the head coaching thing was what it was at Ole Miss. Got paid a lot of money to step away from that particular job. Has been making a lot of money at Georgia for the last couple of seasons. Seems to stand to reason that there would be enough set aside financially that if he wants to take some time off, I don't know, maybe forever off, he could do it.
Yeah, if you've got a competent financial advisor, just the Ole Miss buyout alone could take care of you forever.
You got to be smart with it. You can't live super extravagantly, which Matt Luke's not really known to live super extravagantly. And, you can be okay for probably ever.
Yeah,
right.
And he can get back in any time, too. You take as much time off as you want. You can get right back in whenever you need. The first thing I thought when I saw this is when you have a coach that steps down to spend more time with their family, there's usually something else attached to it. And it's one of two things, typically. Scandal, and that's extremely unlikely, I think, in this case. It just feels very unlikely that there's scandal attached to this decision, or health. And so my first thought was, I hope he's okay. But if anybody actually, truly was stepping away for a little while to actually hang out with their young kids who are playing sports at a higher level, if you will. I mean, they're in middle school now, right? So it's a little bit more serious at that age. It would be him, right? If anybody was actually stepping away to, you know what, I've got a lot of money, I'm going to hang out with my kids and be a dad for a while, it is this guy. It is Matt Luke that would actually step away for the reasons that he's stepping away for, as opposed to the typical coach stepping away, scandal or health reason kind of thing.
Yeah, Harrison's 14 and Cooper's 10-ish,
yeah.
9-10.
So they're actually starting to...
And they're both pretty athletic. I mean, I think they're both pretty good baseball players, and I don't know. I mean, if you had a bunch of money and could afford to not work and could, hang out with your family and be around your kids and watch them participate in all the things that they like to do,
then I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
Nope.
There'd be a big blank space right there.
Yeah.
Well, I could adjust it quickly to remove the space if need be, but yeah.
No, I'm here. I'm in the studio space here.
Yeah. Matt Luke accomplished a lot, too. Pretty good offensive line coach. I mean,
he will be a national championship winning offensive line coach forever. Can't take that away.
He will.
I mean, I guess technically the NCAA could, but we all know who won.
Yeah, I don't think George is real high on the NCAA's hit list right now either.
Will Wade's still on the sideline,
nor ever.
so no.
Yeah. Anything else? I mean, I guess it leaves a hole on Georgia's staff. I can't imagine Kirby Smart's going to have a terribly difficult time finding an offensive line coach that he trusts.
Hey, come coach a bunch of 5-star kids. Okay, I'll be there today.
With a booster network that is as engaged as anybody in the country.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tough gig. Yeah.
There might be an argument to be made that this hurts Georgia more on the recruiting trail than it does in terms of an actual line coach. I mean, if you look at kind of Matt's responsibility in terms of recruiting for Georgia, he was involved with a bunch of the kids that were really, really good, which is basically their entire roster. So, I don't.
Which ones were those, Richard?
Yeah.
Point them out to me.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
and then
I'm
the
with
next
you.
question everybody's asking is, what does it mean for Arch? Because for whatever we know about the situation, which we talked about last week, I believe, nobody knows really much of anything when it comes to this. The family's pretty good at this media stuff and avoiding leaks and all that, but apparently there is a respect for Matt Luke within that family. That's the big question everybody's asking is, does this hurt Georgia with Arch? Because they were kind of what people assumed, because that's all you can do, was the favorite.
Yeah. I just had a hard time ever believing that Arch Manning was going to make his college choice based off of a single assistant coach relationship. It just, that never made sense to me. Does it help? Sure. Does the fact that Georgia won a national championship and has an unbelievably exceptional roster at every single position, does that help more? Yeah, probably.
I'm sure that helps a little bit, yeah.
You know. They got 5 guys in front of me that are going to help me never get my jersey dirty. Seems like a good idea. We'll see.
I mean, at least we forget Stetson Bennett won a national championship there.
Got a chance to win a second one this year, too. He's going to be their starter in 2022 as well.
He will.
I don't know if you guys knew that or not.
I'm aware. I am aware of that.
I just want to see if I can get Borky going today.
He will. He will. But the thing is, I agree with you. Man, Georgia fans. But the thing is, there's precedent that they're going off of, and it happened at Clemson. Now, Kelly Bryant didn't win a national championship, but he was a playoff quarterback. Wasn't enough. We got to be better.
C-Spire text line. Richard, are you kidding me? Sitting around the wife and kids 14 to 16 hours a day? I'd pay to go to work.
Why you got to sit in your house if you got this kind of money? Get out and do something.
I mean,
go fishing, go hunting, take a trip.
You just give her half and be done with that situation if you want, I suppose.
Oh, jeez.
I mean,
then you can live a more simple life.
Yeah.
Borky's thinking worldview here, all right? That's 3D chess. Good stuff.
Stewart says, you mean y'all wouldn't just talk sports for the fun of it? Yeah, I mean, I
but on
think
my
that's
own
the point.
time.
Would talk for the point of it, wouldn't have a chair that I had to be sitting in at a specific time on specific days.
Exactly.
So, we'll see. I just can't help but say good for you, Matt Luke. He's a good dad. He's a pretty good football coach. Good dude. Known his wife forever. So that's really cool. Really cool all the way around. If indeed it was, just, hey, I'm just stepping away because I want to take a break. Too much of a grind. Maybe he wants to, I don't know, teach
Maybe
fifth grade math.
Just disgusted by NIL, and he has more principles than Dabo Sweeney.
Yeah, kids started getting paid, so I'm out. So they're entitled. No, I did get a text from a friend earlier. Lane Kiffin has an opening on his staff.
Oh, no, you don't think. I'm coming home.
I mean, Matt Luke could coordinate special teams, right? By the way, we haven't talked about that. Ole Miss lost their special teams coordinator after a couple weeks on the job because the NFL called, and you can't say no to that.
It just rats off a sinking ship's what it is.
See Stoops, Mike for more news about that. Or Mark? Mark. Stoops, Mark.
Yeah.
All those Stoops brothers, sometimes get them confused.
They all run together.
The exact same thing with Liam Cohen going back to the NFL.
We'll talk about it later. I'm wondering if I'm just paying more attention or the NFL is more willing to poach from college because that is happening a lot this cycle.
It's noticeable the amount of college coaches that have gone. I think I just joked around a second ago. I think the new face of recruiting. Some coaches just like, if I could not deal with this, I would like to not deal with it. And so they get offered an NFL job, and they're like, I don't have to deal with recruiting anymore.